Hello and welcome back to the Payday 2 Starter Guide. For more information about the Starter Guide, check out the first episode linked in the description below. We've talked loud, we've talked stealth, but there is one more mode to cover, and that is Crime Spree. Unlocked at level 60, Crime Spree lets you start up a chain of heist days that get more difficult over time, and the more you complete, the better your rewards. It's a great idea, especially if you're on the hunt for Continental coins, as you can easily get between 40 and 60 with a couple hours worth of trouble. But watch out! Crime Spree is a fickle beast, and there's many pitfalls between you and that golden, brown, and crispy criminal glory. Let's get down to basics. Wait, we already did an intro. Why are we doing this one? Just get rid of it. Go. Crime Spree is unlocked again at level 60, and to start costs 0 Continental coins. You can begin at a rank of 0, 20, or 40 for 0, 10, or 20 Continental coins respectively. This changes up the starting difficulty a little bit and offers better rewards sooner, but starting from 0 offers you the absolute most. If you're playing at really high levels, it doesn't matter, start from 20 or 40. But if you want the absolute most, you start from 0 and work up. You'll be playing more heists, but you get a little more out of it. When you begin, you're handed a choice of 3 missions pulled from a pretty large roster of most of the game's heists. The left slot is stealth possible jobs, not to be confused with stealth required jobs. If you get Car Shop, Shadow Raid, Murky Station, or Yacht Heist, you must stealth the mission, but if you get like Big Bank or Hoxton Revenge, you don't need to. You get a short loud mission, which is usually jobs can be beaten in about 10 minutes or so, and long loud missions, which usually take more than 10 minutes. There are some exceptions to these rules of thumb. Typically, the longer and more involved the job, the more rank points the heist pays out. Rank points, crime rank. These little things don't have a name. And naming them something boring is, well, boring. How about we call them murder tickets? Yeah, does that sound good with everybody? I'm going to call them murder tickets. I've been calling them murder tickets. We're calling them murder tickets. Well, anyways, as you acquire murder tickets, you'll be asked to make a multitude of modifiers that make the heists harder, and the modifiers get more and more extreme as you progress. Let's back up for just a second and talk the heists themselves, and more importantly, the pitfalls that we mentioned earlier. When you're picking a heist, remember, unless it's one of the stealth-only missions, you can pick the stealthable option and play it loud. Even then, there are a few missions you need to watch out for due to bugs or maybe just bad map design. It'll make things way harder for you and just, it isn't worth it. Also, I'm going to say this now and make it really clear. Just take the bare minimum loot. Any extra loot will not turn into extra tickets or anything, it'll just get ignored. Also, if the game crashes, your crime spree is over. Again, it's weird, it's dumb. If you hate that, you can mod that out, but I need to make that one clear. Anyways, starting with the stealthable missions, Hoxton Revenge is worth 4 murder tickets, but if you play it loud, you're looking at a 20-minute heist or so, especially as the difficulty rises. This is not worth it unless you know how to blitz the stealth portion, but even then, this amount of effort is not worth the same number of points as the Firestarter Airport. In short loud missions, you have the armored transport jobs. These are very lacking in terms of cover. They can make or break a job. Oh, whoops, I meant to say crime spree, but yeah, you could also, I guess, fail the job, so both could work. I meant crime spree. Jesus Christ. Interception is day 2 of the biker heist, and it's the shortest mission in Payday 2 by far. A linear rush up a train, a boss fight, and then a trek back. It's worth 3 tickets, but not terrible, but it is the fewest tickets a mission will offer you. Again, like 3 minutes, so that's whatever. White Christmas and Santa's Workshop only require the bare minimum. And if you only do the bare minimum, the payout is pretty solid. Same with Counterfeit. Play this mission like Ulf intended, and it's a really short heist that pays out well. The Lion's Den, Biker Day 1, has a glitch where the mechanic will just freak out enough that he sheds his importance and becomes a regular civilian, which renders the mission impossible. It's not worth it to pursue this heist for this bug alone, as having to end a mission due to the bug will cancel your crime spree, forcing you to cash it out or pay Continental coins to restart it. Engine problem, Big Oil Day 2, requires you to figure out which cold fusion engine is the correct one, and the clues are very tough to understand if you're a new player, and for the longest time were impossible to read on low video settings. If you're looking to play this mission, take your time and use a walkthrough. Don't blow up the lab and cook off or you'll fail the heist, and again, just get 3 bags. Undercover has a nasty habit of RNG where the limo you need to saw open will land on the roof. The roof is surrounded by snipers, and fixing the saw requires being right in their line of sight. It's very easy to fail this mission with that in mind, and on later difficulties, I would just say it stops being worth it. Greenbridge's chopper turret repairs itself like a truck sentry, so this thing is tough to bring down. Either just avoid it if you can, or prep a build that outputs something crazy like 16,000 damage a second or something. And lastly, The Search, Hoxton Breakout Day 2, is an incredibly easy mission that requires no tough thinking and pays out the absolute best. 15 murder tickets. If you don't like the jobs you're offered, you can re-roll them at a cost of 6 continental coins, but after a few re-rolls, that starts becoming more and more expensive. Save them when you get 3 total duds, not just missions you don't particularly like. These heists are single-day missions, sometimes cut out of other larger missions, as with Framing Frame Day 3 being a heist, but 1 and 2 not being present, and at a rank of 0 are the same as overkill heists. If you're not feeling up to single-player overkill missions, you can make the crime spree public or invite a friend, but make sure they start and then suspend a crime spree first. Same with you if you're going to join in. Make sure that you have an active crime spree going before you drop in. That way you'll be able to upgrade your crime spree rank. Once you've met the bare minimum requirements for the job and escape, you get your murder tickets, you build up your jackpot of card drops, cash, experience, and continental coins, and if you're a lower rank than the host, you get a bonus couple tickets depending on the gap between you and them. There is another major part of this. See, at certain milestones you unlock new modifiers. These modifiers start pretty small, things like Cloakers always deploying a smoke bomb on a kick instead of just sometimes, and Shield reflecting projectiles at 20 murder tickets each, but they gradually ramp up over time. The thing is, you get 3, and you get to pick one every 20, so the order you pick them can be beneficial. For instance, at 60 murder tickets, you get a modifier that cuts the time a taser needs to stun you to knock you down in half. Of course, when it arrives, you can finish up the 3 modifiers before you start crime spree with, and then pick up enemies staggering less on hit at 80, heavy squats at 100, and so on to hold off on having to take that one. That said, if your crime spree build has shockproof, especially shockproof aced, you might as well pick up the taser debuff because it actually won't cause you much trouble. Likewise, at 120 murder tickets, you'll get a modifier that makes Zeal Snipers a rare common enemy along in the normal packs. These guys have half the health of a normal Zeal team mook, but hit like a bus, so you might want to avoid them unless you're running Stoic, which takes to absorbing massive amounts of damage really easily, which makes the few you face in a mission less of an issue. Likewise, if you can convert enemies to your side, this cop becomes pretty handy as part of your arsenal because his weapon is just stronger than normal, and Partners in Crime makes your converts a lot more durable than normal cops. By rank 280, 4 more dozers are allowed into a level, and at 320 and 380 respectively, you start seeing Vulcan dozers and medic dozers, the later of which actually becomes scarier compared to Death Sentence's medic dozers, as they get all the same buffs as crime spree medics plus crime spree dozers, which means 1. Breaking the faceplate doubles their damage. 2. Their damage is multiplied by 1.2 for each enemy killed in their heal AoE and stacks infinitely. 3. Dozers become immune to blast damage at 360 murder tickets. 4. Enemies healed by medics at 240 murder tickets deal twice as much damage. And 5. Medics that die immediately full heal all enemies in their range at 300 murder tickets. If you make it past 200, honestly, I commend you, because you're 6 seconds from death. Dallas, look out, there's a bulldozer coming at you. Oh no, Bane's yelling you to get the drill over your earpiece. He can't hear us, guys. Oh my god. It's also worth noting that every 50 murder tickets, enemies deal 15% more damage and have 20% more health, so they just keep getting hardier. They don't quite become Mayhem or Death Wish level because you still have the overkill amount of heal from a bleed out, and the damage fall off is still at overkill levels, so it's technically a little easier than Mayhem and Death Wish, but it's also harder because you're just being hit with more stuff stacked on top. The one last comment I need to make about crime spree modifiers is that every 26 tickets, you have to pick from one of multiple stealth modifiers. There's really only 3, but the big pitfall is the minimum detection risk level modifier. This affects dodge too, so if you're at 24 detection for a dodge build and you pick this, you're at 27, which with Sneaky Bastard Aced would push you from 10% dodge and 30% crits to 9 and 27% respectively. You will need to take them eventually, but until then, you'll have the ability to take 7 other stealth modifiers that limit your number of pagers and civilian kills, and by then you're already just shy of 200 murder tickets. Just keep that in mind if you're going for Mega Rust, which you unlock at 250 tickets. You probably don't want to run a dodge build that late into the game, but if you are, really crunch under those numbers so you can take a couple of them. The last major note I have about Crime Spree is the addition of gauge perks. These cost 18 continental coins to activate and only last for 1 heist, but these allow some really handy bonuses for surviving high-level crime sprees that might be worth it in the long run. For instance, More to Throw gives you at least 1 more throwable, 2 in the case of usual frags and molotovs. Some Invulnerability gives you 5 seconds of invincibility on a special unit melee kill, which is super handy for sociopath players. 1 More Down gives you an extra bleed out before needing a dock bag, which is nifty when enemies start taking you down Death Sentence style. And More to Deploy lets players with aced dock or ammo bags bring 3 of them instead of 2. These are not that useful in the bulk of crime sprees I play, but if you're looking to take your game past 300 tickets, these will mean the difference between life and death for you and your team. Coordinate with them and figure out what you guys need. I personally start crime sprees at 0, play through a bunch of my favorite heists as they pop up, and when I usually cash out between about 60 to 80, maybe 100 murder tickets, as this offers about 40 or 50 continental coins, which is more than enough to fully upgrade a safe house room or buy up weapon mods. When you cash in a crime spree, you get spending and offshore cash for the heist you played, plus some interest, an okay chunk of experience. In this, I didn't get that much because I died to a cloaker. By the way, if you play with the AI, stay near them. Don't go running off. If you get cloaked, the AI just kind of gives up. I probably should have said that to begin with. The AI in this game is not good. And I lost at like 40. That was fun. You also get your coins and plenty of loot card drops. These loot card drops are usually armor skins, mask components, or weapon mods. You can cash in your crime spree at any time, you can suspend your crime spree and come back later, or if you fail you must cash it out or spend continental coins to get it going again. I think just cashing out's more worth it, especially because you don't lose your rewards like you would with, say, Smash 4's Crazy Orders mode. Whatever you would unlock up to that point, you keep. Overall, Crime Spree is a pretty fun and arcadey mode that lets you grind for rewards super easily. If you have a couple hours to kill, it's definitely worth a shot. Already hit level 100, play through a crime spree back up to a high enough level and suspend it. We'll talk about why you'd want to do that in the next episode, the final episode of the Payday 2 Starter Guide next time, when we discuss infamy and my closing words on the Starter Guide. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you around. Oh, and if you want a tutorial for how to play holdout mode, here's how you play it. You don't, because it just gives you masks, and it's way too difficult. It gives you an okay amount of money, but like Crime Spree's just worth more, so maybe just play Crime Spree instead of holdout. The masks are kind of neat, but it's not worth it, they're just masks. You can get a mask anywhere. Just don't. No, stop. Don't play it. Thank you. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, I'd recommend subscribing. Patreon and social media links are in the description.